Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's severe weather update. So, unfortunately, we are looking at another severe weather outbreak today across the Midwest, Ohio Valley, and Tennessee Valley, as the Storm Prediction Center has issued a level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk of severe weather across southeast Missouri, northeast Arkansas, much of Tennessee, Kentucky, southwestern Ohio, central southern Indiana, and southeastern and eastern Illinois in the orange shaded region today. We have a slight risk of severe weather from northeast Texas through Arkansas, northern Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, southeastern Tennessee, the western Carolinas, western Virginia, western West Virginia, much of Ohio, southern Michigan, northern Indiana, and northeastern Illinois in the yellow shaded region, and a marginal risk all the way from the plains through the mid-Atlantic. So taking a look at our probabilities of a tornado touching down within 25 miles of a location today, we do have a 10% chance of a tornado touching down within 25 miles of a location today across far southwestern Indiana, southeastern Illinois, northwestern Tennessee, western Kentucky in the yellow shaded region today. And this is actually associated with an ongoing mesoscale convective system that is moving across western Kentucky and Tennessee right now. We have some tornado warnings in effect, uh, and some considerable severe thunderstorm warnings for 70-mile-per-hour winds moving through areas like Murray, Kentucky, just east of Mayfield, near Princeton, and west of Paris in Tennessee. So make sure you're preparing for dangerous weather conditions, damaging winds, and spin-up tornadoes as this line of storms moves through this morning. Unfortunately, we're looking at a second round of storms this evening, which could also produce tornadoes, and we have a tornado watch in effect right now for another 1 hour and 11 minutes until 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time. We have a 5% chance of a tornado touching down within 25 miles of a location across much of Arkansas, southeast Missouri, northern Mississippi and Alabama, northwest Georgia, much of Tennessee, Kentucky, southwestern Ohio, central southern Indiana, and southeastern Illinois in the brown. Make sure you're on guard for scattered tornadoes if you live in the brown shade region today, and a 2% tornado risk from northeast Texas through portions of the western Carolinas, northwest Georgia, portions of West Virginia, Ohio, southern Michigan in the dark green. Make sure you're on guard for an isolated spin-up tornado if you live in the dark green shade region for today. Taking a look at our damaging wind threat, this is going to be the primary concern today once again, as this mesoscale convective system and the one that is likely to form in the evening could both turn into derechos. We have a 30% chance of damaging straight line winds of 58 miles per hour stronger within 25 miles of a location across southeast Missouri, northeast Arkansas, northern Tennessee, much of Kentucky, central southwestern Ohio, central southern Indiana, and southeastern Illinois in the red shade region. Make sure you're preparing for a potential derecho this afternoon and evening, as well as late this morning, if you live across portions of Kentucky and Tennessee east of this mesoscale convective system. Just had a new severe thunderstorm warning with 70-mile-per-hour winds west of Bowling Green, Kentucky, and for Madisonville. So this is producing dangerous wind gusts across Kentucky already and northwestern Tennessee. 15% damaging wind risk in the yellow, 5% chance in the brown. Make sure you're on guard for numerous damaging wind gusts across the Tennessee and Ohio Valley today, and scattered damaging wind gusts in the yellow, isolated damaging wind gusts in the brown. And taking a look at our large hail threat for today, we have a 30% chance of quarter-size hail or larger within 25 miles of a location across western Kentucky and Tennessee today, and these are going to be more associated with our evening storms than the storms we have right now. Make sure you're on guard for numerous large hail, and unfortunately we could be seeing golf ball to tennis ball to baseball size hail all the way down through Arkansas, far eastern Oklahoma, southeast Missouri, northwestern Mississippi in this hatched area this evening. Make sure you're parking your cars in the garage if you live in areas like Little Rock, Conway, Jonesboro, Memphis, Pine Bluff, Jackson, Tennessee, Clarksville, Murray, Madisonville, Kentucky, and Evansville, Indiana, and Fort Smith, Arkansas, as large destructive hail is likely this evening. 15% hail risk from northeast Texas through the Ohio Valley in the yellow, 5% chance of large hail in the brown. So timing out our potential double derecho today, our first line of storms going to push through Tennessee, Kentucky, mainly Kentucky and Indiana this morning over the next 4 to 5 hours, going to the noon hour, going to push across central eastern Kentucky around Lexington, potentially pushing up through Indianapolis, with a second line of storms on the backside pushing through western Kentucky and southwestern Indiana into noon central time, and then going to 1, 2, 3 o'clock, pushing through Ohio, eastern Kentucky. Could be seeing a double line segment, and then, as I mentioned earlier, afternoon storms are likely going to develop around St. Louis, producing large destructive hail, tornadoes, and damaging winds. I'm going to 3, 4 o'clock Central Time this afternoon, 5, 6 o'clock, very strong new line of storms pushing through southern Illinois, southwest Indiana, northwestern Kentucky, producing hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes likely. Into 5 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock, watch this as this line completely blows up across southeast Missouri, southern Illinois, north central Kentucky, southeastern Indiana. You're looking at a double threat today with the morning line of storms and a potential evening derecho across this area. So make sure you're preparing for a secondary potential derecho this evening across the Tennessee and Ohio Valley around 7 to 8 o'clock, going into 9, 10 o'clock. Very powerful line of storms moving through central Kentucky, southern Illinois, the Boot Heel, Missouri, 10, 11, midnight, potentially getting down through northern Tennessee, and then going through the overnight, pushing through Tennessee, potentially impacting the southeast as we go into about 5 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. Eastern through tomorrow morning before the storms die out around 8 to 9 in the morning tomorrow. So this is going to be another dangerous day of severe weather across the Tennessee, Ohio Valley, and Arkansas. So make sure you're preparing for all hazards today and potentially 2 derechos across portions of Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana, Missouri, Illinois, and Arkansas. Thanks for watching today's severe weather update. Please stay safe and have a wonderful day, my friends.